but the whiskey kicked in and my mouth got loose. Well, I might have said a thing or two that wasn't true, but give me just a minute, girl, I promise you. Well, I told you I was wealthy as a man could get. Told you I would fly you on my private jet to my house in the hills, driving my Corvette. Oh, it ain't no lie, it just ain't true yet.
of no return, baby, on the summer night. A shot of love and a spark of love to breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. A brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single deed. We're believing on the next train there. So take your seat. All right. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Yeah, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Let's ride this train now.
Good evening, fine people of the internet. Today is June 25th, 2025, and we're streaming on Rumble and YouTube. And Ken Amos is over the Lone Wolf on Rumble again. How you doing over there, Ken? Okay, so I was planning on a big whoop-de-doo for the 9-year anniversary on YouTube, and I was supposed to finish up this timber oil Derrick, but since I had my procedure yesterday, I just ain't feeling good at all. I mean, they dug in there and got some bone out, and so yeah, actually in 2 different places, I think L3, L4, between L3 and L4, and L4 and L5, and one of them was from the surgery that I had back in the late 80s, and he said that was a bitch, trying to get that moved out of the way from everything. So I'm in pain. I was in pain yesterday worse. I'm still in pain today, and they said it'd probably be about 4 days in pain before I could get back to normal doing anything. Yeah, check again, Gerald, because I had to, I had 2 of them up there. I deleted the first one. Let me see if I can get this stream up here. Hold on a second. Just go, to the regular thing, Tom Kovichak Live, and it should come up. Yeah, it showed up the old one that I deleted, but I guess it didn't delete it all the way. So there it is right there. I fixed it. Yeah, Jim told me about it earlier, but I had I don't know why, because I deleted it, but I looked back on there and it was the old version of it. So, and the new version, I put it on train of thought. It just defaulted to train of thought. I don't know why it did that, but it's back in the correct place over there. Thank you, Ken, for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, so there you go, Gerald. Good to see you over there on the Rumble side. You found it. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm doing the direct RTMP. I had some issues with Comcast again today, and I had to give them a call. Well, not give them a call, but go online because you can't talk to anybody on frickin' Rumble. Hey, Jim, good to see you over there, too. All right, yeah, you made it over there. Okay, but anyway, the speed was down. I mean, every friggin' day it's down. I mean, I looked on my thing and I'm supposed to be getting 1,300 down and 35 up, and it is never there. And so one of these days I'm going to have to get that different router. I still got that sitting up there on my thing, the one I want to get. Yeah, it's this one right here. Netgear, because it's got the Wi-Fi on. I need the Wi-Fi. I was on a phone call today with the judge because they turned down one of the procedures I was supposed to get. So it was appealed twice. My insurance company turned it down twice. So a patient advocate appealed it for me. Has been working with it and finally got it in front of a judge. So I was on the phone 1 o'clock this afternoon in the bedroom stating my case, and they couldn't hear me. So I had to call them back from in here, and it's weird. Comcast sucks. If it ain't the internet, it's the fucking phones, because it's really bad. I mean, they were supposed to fix that a couple of months ago when I complained about it. Also, I said, "Oh, you know, I don't even have service in my house." We'll fix that, and they said they fixed it, and then it worked for a little bit, and here we go again, not working. So, fuck Comcast, internet and phone. So you can't win. I'm gonna have to go change both of them, see what I can get. So that's my story, and I'm stuck with it all the way. So if I haven't done so already, smash that like. All right, there you go. Give me that thumbs up, okay? It always works good. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what's on the workbench. I did that this afternoon. It took me a while because my back is hurting like hell, but I made the two railings for the steps on there, and I had to dig out my white styrene, my evergreen 80 thousandths sheet, because the one that I cut, I didn't take into consideration that there were steps on both sides. So it was just a leftover from what I cut out from the last kit, and it said, "Oh man, this is perfect," but it wasn't that perfect. I had to get the other one because I forgot about the steps, and I said, "Well, maybe I'll put it on an angle." All right, there you go. I see that the link worked. All right, so, but it still wasn't big enough. One of the legs of one of the stringers on the steps was hanging over on both sides. So I went and got the white one, but I made the railing for it. That's the only thing I got left to do, the railing and the ladder. I got 2 ladders to do. The long one that goes on the Derrick, and then there's a shorter one that goes from the ground up to the roof. Well, you can't see it. You can't see it in the view that you saw over on the other one, but it's on the other side. It's on the north side of it. So if I feel up to it, I'll get over there sometime at the end of this stream and maybe do something. At least put a couple of rungs on there. Because I had to, man, I had to ice that down last night so many damn times, and I normally don't sleep on my side, but I had to sleep on my side because I couldn't put any pressure on my back. I mean, shoo, that thing hurt. So it hurts almost as bad as the herniated disc that I had back in the 80s. Well, not that bad, but it's the same deal. You know, like when you go from sitting to standing, it takes you a little while because it hurts, and when you go from standing to sitting, the same thing. Hey, Jeff Sykes, good to see you in here. Let me see if I could, what I got here. Okay, let me see if this is working. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go, Jeff. And classic model. Oh, changing his name again, huh? Confusing, huh? All right. Okay, so we got Reggie in here too. He's back now. And who else was in here? Okay, that's it. The only ones that are talking right now in the chat. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we're gonna do some train shows today. And I'm going to show you the videos of what the progress I did. I did a stream on Monday on Rumble. Jim got to see it. That was one of the videos, but I got 2 more since then that I'm going to play tonight. So we'll get to see him that. So what we got to do now? Oh yeah, I got to put the supporters up here. I want to thank every one of you for supporting my channel. And I got to find a little button for the supporters. Okay, where they at? Okay. Where'd they go? Okay, there it is. Huh? Well, hello, Russ. You're early tonight. You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and you can support me for as little as $2 a month now. Just $2 a month. Link is in the description and in the chat. Thank you for your contributions during the live stream. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the moderators who have helped me out in the past years. Thank you very much. Okay, just like he said, thank you very much. Now I had to do that twice and say thanks on there. Thank you, Russ. Because the first time it didn't work. All right, things just ain't going right today. Wouldn't you believe it? Yeah, and so Comcast is supposed to come out here tomorrow morning at between 8 and 10, and they're going to, I'm just going to keep talking about Comcast here, I guess. They're going to come out between 8 and 10 tomorrow morning and find the same thing, find nothing. And I'll tell them what's going on, and they'll say, well, can't do nothing about it. Call them. And actually, the last time that they sent me a, how are you doing? How was the interaction with the assistant? And I put down 0, and so they said, oh. And then they tried calling me, and I didn't answer it. But the other day I tried calling back, and the number didn't work. So yeah, hey Comcast, yeah, there you go. So Comcast sucks. All right, there you go. So let me do one more thing. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Rumble, and then Wednesday on YouTube also. 7 p.m. every night. If you ain't on Rumble, head on over to Rumble and follow me over there, Tom Kovichak or Tom's Trains. That's all I got to say there. Okay, so let's do some train shows here. I got to get these things up here. Okay, we'll get on with this. All right, ain't much going on come summertime because it's hot as hell, but they got a few ones up here. This is trainshows.net, and they got the National N-Scale Convention and Train Show in Overland Park, Kansas. So not sure exactly where Overland Park is. Never heard of it. So that's the National N-Scale Convention. And then the Blues Express in Baton Rouge. And then they finally put up Big Bend Model Railroad Association 34th Annual Show and Sale in Tallahassee. We've been to that one the past couple of years, but we're not going to this one because I got to pick up my daughter in Fort Lauderdale on July the 1st. So that's just... from one end of the state to the other end of the state. I ain't doing that. Okay, so I'm not going to do it this year. But it's always a good show there. So trainshows.net's always a good place to find some stuff. They got it from all over the world. And the other one's trainshows.com, where they got Wheaton, Illinois is the big one. They have it almost every month except for July. A Great Midwest Train Show, and then Greenberg, July in Oaks, PA, August at Monroeville, PA, and then Great Trains, October. So they're all the way out there. They got it all scheduled all the way up to March of next year. So all those right there, trainshows.com. So, and coming up later this month, Train Collectors Association had got their big convention in Jacksonville, and I think last week I went over the list of what they all have there, and man, I can barely move without this thing hurting like shit. 21st to 28th in Jacksonville, and when I went through all the stuff, I didn't see anything in there about a swap meet for us regular people, but if you belong to Train Collectors Association, I don't think it costs too much, but they got all kind of stuff going on in all over southern Georgia and northern Florida. Train rides, museums, people's layouts, lunches, breakfasts, dinners, all that good stuff. And then let's see what else we got with the meets. Okay, Lake Nona, another one in Orlando, November 22nd, but that's way far away. Here's a Regal. That one already gone. They don't have one in July, but they got it August in Pinellas Park. September 6th, Melbourne. We'll probably be going to that one again because the guy that I bought the last kit from, Campbell's kit, will probably have some more from the train shop that he bought those from. He had a few more, but I would have liked to get, but I didn't have that much money. And I probably could have got it cheaper, but I just offered him $50 and he said right away, he said, okay. I could have probably got it for $4. Hey, Russ, you've been on YouTube for 9 years also. Holy moly, how about that? Congratulations. All right. Woohoo. Well, I've been on there longer than that. I got another channel that I got on, I don't even know, 4 years before that, before I even thought about Tom's Trains and Things. So didn't do much with that, just family videos on there. So yeah, the Melbourne one, we'll probably be going to that one in September. Let's see what else we got. Okay, they got the Villages up here too, but I got the one for the Villages. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the Villages right here. Savannah Region Center. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the one. Here we go. There's the one for the vendors. September 20th and 21st. They got vendors and their model railroads in 2 separate buildings. Is always big. It's a big place there. You can see the pictures right there. That's the hallway before you get into there. So nicely decorated place. So always a good show there. But let's get back to the Golden Spike Enterprises. July 12th at Volusia County Fairgrounds. D-Land. We'll be going to that one because I like going to that one. Plus there's Buc-ee's in Daytona Beach is only about 18 miles from there. So Debbie loves those pulled pork sandwiches. So we got to go up there to Buc-ee's and have a pulled pork sandwich and get some of their trail mix. Their trail mix is pretty cheap up there. I wouldn't get the cashews because they got all kind of different flavor cashews, which sucks. I got the spicy one last time. Ugh, I had to throw it out. I hated it. So there you go. All right, so I think that's all the train shows I got here. I think I hit them all. That was the Villages right there, and then Golden Spike, and there's the Train Collectors, trainshow.com, and trainshows.net. So that's it for the train shows. All right, boom, there we go. Okie dokie. So let me get rid of that tab over there. So I've been working a lot on this kit here. I got a lot done last week, or actually over the weekend. Let me see what I got here. I'm going to put a couple of these videos up here. One from the, let me see, 22nd. I got one from the June 22nd, and I also got one from June the 23rd. So that's the 2 that I have, and what you saw earlier over here on the workbench. Where's the workbench here? Right there. That's what's up there, but you can see the oil derrick over there on the right hand side. It's done. I might stain it a little bit and weather it a little bit better than that, because all I did was primer the wood on there, and then I stained the walking beam and stuff like that, and steps and all the railings and stuff like that. So let's get on with this stuff right here. I got my beer season t-shirt on here. Sunday fun day. Let's do some minor details to this kit and go to the next step on the last page. So where is it? Okay, here we go. But before we get to step number 20, the rain lasted for maybe 10 minutes and that was about it. So not much of a rain again, but at least it rained a little bit. I got this primered right here, so now we have a base to put the oil Derrick on. Now for the good news. Oh yeah, I cut up some sweet peppers and onions and garlic and grilled them along with some kielbasa and had that for dinner. Now for the assemble the walking beam and final details, number 20. So we got 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So let me read this. A walking beam is 1/8 by 1/4 by 3-inch wood. The underside is to be tapered toward both ends, leaving the ends 1/8 by 3/16. Leave a flat untapered spot in the center 1/2 inch long. Glue the flat side of the pivot plate to the untapered section. So what is the pivot plate? So I guess the pivot plate is in this next bag. So let me open this thing up. Let's see what we got. It's all plastic. So here is what's left. Okay, so maybe that's this right here with the pivot point on it. Okay, right there. So that's that. It's that flat side of the pivot plate to the untapered section with the shaft on each end. Cut 2 pieces of 1/32 by 1/8 wood, each 9/32 long, and glue on top of the walking beam with a bit of 2x4 X braces as a spacer between them at the end away from the beam end. See figure 8. So we're going to have to look at figure 8. So it looks like way at the end there's like 2 things stacked up with the 2x4s going this way. Okay, so that's what we got to do now. But before we do that, I got to glue the roof on and put the little thing up on top. I'm about to glue the roof in place, so if you've never seen me glue a roof on a building yet, watch this next clip. I marked this beam, the center line of the beam, 1.5 inches in, because it's 3 inches long with a flat blade, and I went 1/4 inch on either side because it said leave a 1/2 inch flat spot in the center. And then I transferred that off to the side, and then I measured down 3/16 of an inch, and then I scribed it with my number 11 exacto there and over here. So now all I have to do is continue down and see if I could get this straight with the exacto blade, and I may have to sharpen it a little bit. Then I'll just show you a couple of the strokes here before I sharpen it a little bit. Now that first one was pretty easy. I might just have to sand it down a little bit because I got some little remnants or slivers over here. Now we'll go on to the other side. I'll try to do it like this. Bring it back toward me. And this one, my ruler slipped in the center, so I have a little divot in there in the center, so I gotta get past that. Try to bring that blade down flat so it'll straighten it out, and there we go. I got that. Okay, let me do some more. So there you go, there's my walking beam right there. I already sanded it down. The clamp that goes on the end of this one side of the walking beam is 1/32 by 1/8 inch, 9/32 long, so I made 2 of them. And what I'm supposed to do is glue a 2x4 in between them. So what I'm going to do is put a spacer on the one side, because I have to put a yoke in there afterward, that piece of wire. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to just try to hold this down like so. Put a dab of glue there. Put the 2x4 on, and I put the 2x4 on, or I made the 2x4 just a little bit bigger. Okay. Just like so, and I'll trim it off when I'm finished. Then I'll put a dab of glue on the other side. And put this other one on top of it. Okay, make sure I poked in there a little bit too hard. Yep, and it fell out. Okay, there's my little clamp. And then the other thing it said was to take this one little pivot point that's on here and glue it to the center. So I'm going to take some super glue and glue that on the center. On here where I marked, we have a line on there, so that'll go on there like that. So I just got to dab a piece of super glue on there first. I sprayed the wood with accelerant for the super glue, and then put the super glue on the clamp, and then place the clamp in position. So once that dries up, we'll turn it over and put this clamp, glue the clamp on the other side, on the end. Well, I had to get out my digital calipers so I could measure this. This is 45 thousandths right there. So I could drill out these bearings that go on top of this post right here, which is the Samson post. And this is what, 46.5? I already had this in my thing. It's, yeah, 46.5. That's like 1.5 thousandths more. So that'll give it some play so it'll fit on there easy. That'll be a loose fit. Okay, I drilled out the 2 bearings right there. Chamfer the top of this right here. So now what I got to do is glue. I'll glue one of these on one side and then stick it right there, flip this over, and I'll glue the other clamp on there, so we'll have this, so this thing will pivot right there. I got everything glued in place. I put the clamp up on top. I got the bearings on the Samson pole and the walking beam right there. Okay, now it tells you to put it in a place 1/8 inch out from this wall and 5/16 out from the where the two floors meet inside, but that is way too close. That's almost up all the way up against the wall here and JJ. And looking at the side diagram, the end of this clamp should be even with the end of this door here, so I'm going to move it out just a little bit, and I'm going to put it in the center of the slot, so it sits on the center of the slot. Okay, so if I put it 1/8 inch in, I'll set it 1/8 inch in because I put a mark on there where it's supposed to be. It'll sit right here, and that's way too close on either side. Oh, it also says put some braces on either way, so I might just hit the primer after I put everything in. Just go outside and primer it again. But I think after we put this in, cut diagonal braces for the Samson post 1 5/8 long from the 16th by 8 inch wood, angle the ends and glue in place. So one of them goes inside, and you can see it from this door right here. So I don't know how the hell I'm going to get it in there unless I put them on here beforehand and then glue everything in place at one time. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to do it. I taped the 1, 2, 3 Samson post to the mat and put the 1, 2, 3 block on it, and I'm using the lines on the mat so I get everything square on here. And so all I have to do is put glue on one side and right there. Let's do that right now. And this is way at the end, so it's hard for you to see, but you get the idea how I'm doing this. These are the same thickness as a Samson post. And I tried to match the angles on both of these. I might have to move that little bit of the tape out of the way. It was getting in the way. Okay, here we go. And try to get it the same height at the top. And I'll hold it in with this one here on this side. Doesn't take much, so there it is. Then we'll glue everything in place at one time. This little 7/16 inch long eccentric post, which is 3/32 inch square, they tell you to glue it to the floor and against the tunnel wall 1 7/16 inch from the Samson post center to center. Cut 2 angle braces 16th by 32nd and glue in place. Drill a 16th in hole 30 seconds from the top of the eccentric post through it and the tunnel wall, and insert the large crank pin of the eccentric. That's this thing right here. Well, I'm going to drill the hole. I got an 1/16 of an inch drill bit on the other side. Yeah, I can put it on both sides here. And I already got it started. Glue it to the floor, and I'll put the angle braces on it just like I did on this one here. And I just split it when I got to the end of it. it's catching on there, so I'm going to have to clamp it right where I drill it so it doesn't expand. Well, let's pull the tape up from this over here. Alright, and so we got that. So we could just glue this whole thing, whole assembly as one piece and not have to worry about it. But the way they have this up against there, and then this eccentric goes through there like so, and then through the wall of the thing. I'm going to have to put it out a little bit because I'm putting this out a little bit too. Because, like I said before, that's too close to the edge. I'm going to center it in the in between these two boards right here instead of way over, almost up against that wall. I have to glue angle braces on this little thing just like I did on the other one, but I'm doing it a little bit different here. I have it up against my square, and I'm putting the glue on the post, and I got it in the drill bit. I already got, I just took these away from there. And we're just gonna do it like that, and I'm going to hold this and take the drill bit out. Where this eccentric post gets glued on the floor is right where this brace is right there. So that's, closer to the wall than this, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. That'll give me a good indication of where to put everything. This is the little eccentric that goes in there. Instead of putting it through the wall, I'm just going to dimple the wall and butt it into the wall. Here is the little arm. I drilled a hole all the way through, a small hole all the way through for the yoke to go up on the top, and drilled a smaller hole for the small end of this eccentric to fit in there. I put the eccentric inside the post, and you can see how much it sticks out on the one end. Very little, so that'll be good. I'll just butt that up against the building, and then this rod fits in here like this. I fashioned a yoke for the walking beam and to fit in the Samson eccentric pole. All I got to do is snip off the ends of the two pieces that are coming out and put it in this pole right here, like so. And then this is where the walking beam fits in, up in this part here. Well, there's the entire mechanism right there, with the eccentric and the walking beam and the yoke right there. So I just have to glue everything in place. Well, it says glue these two posts 1 7/16 inches apart, but to make life a little bit easier and to glue everything in place at one time, I'm going to glue the two legs together like this, because they come like that. I'm going to glue it like that, and instead of 1 7/16, it's going to be more like 1 3/8. It's, just a little bit closer together, which isn't going to make much of a difference. And it'll make my life a lot easier putting everything in place. I'm letting the glue set up right there, and I took the eccentric rod off the eccentric so it wouldn't weigh it down on one side. So it would be square right there. And then that way I'll be able to place everything on the walkway in one unit and glue it in place. After the glue was a little bit dry, I put the eccentric rod in there and try to test it out, but and just realized that I can't put them two together, so I put a spacer in there. I took one of these 3/32 inch squares, cut it, and put a spacer in there, and I think I now have it 1 7/16 inch apart because I have the two things like that. Yeah, it looks like a 1 7/16 apart now. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the end of this clamp right here, just to like plug up the hole so the wire will not come out. Okay, so we got, make sure I have all this straight here. You can add it from right above. Okay, now we got it good. Alright. Make sure that we got these things tight here. There we go. Let that dry, and now I'll stain it, and then we'll put it on there. Well, the top of that small eccentric post split, so I had to put a little dab of glue in there and then hold it with the locking tweezers. I knew because that is a pretty thick hole to put in such a 3/32 inch square piece of wood. There's the assembly stained with India ink and alcohol solution, and also this little porch that goes on the end of the engine house. And then the rest of this stuff, when I put the railing in it and all the other stuff, I'll stain it. This stuff here, I'm going to just leave it this color right here because it's supposed to be metal, and I'll just put some rust on it a little bit later. Everything is now glued into place. Let's see if we can get a closer look at it. Okay. Took a while to do it, but I finally got it. That was stressful, to say the least, to try and get that thing in there. Holy moly! Holy moly!
Make me weak.
Well, not too much more to do on this thing. We got to put 2 stairs, the ladders that go all the way up to the top. There's a long one, and then one goes up onto the roof. Up on the crown block, we got to make some the bearing boxes and fix all that up there, and some railings on there. So that's about all we got to do left on here. Let me show you what's on here. And I figured out I got to put this on a diagonal. I forgot about the steps, so I'm going to have to put this on a diagonal on the piece of styrene that I have. So we'll make it though. So this is going to be fun. Let me show you what I got set up here. Okay, they got a funky looking jig here, or a template here for the stairs. And so you got to put the stairs here like this. Here, the stringers over here, one here and one here. So I'm going to make two of them. One is 3 steps and the other one is 2 steps. But how I got to put these on here are like this right here. I don't know why they set this up like that, but we'll do it that way here. I put some tape down here to hold it in place. But one has 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and the other one just has 2. Boom, boom. So we'll start doing that and let the glue set up. Well, I didn't wait for the glue to dry while I still had the glob of glue down here. I put these up, and it looks like I missed a little bit on this one here. I gotta readjust this one. Right there. Okay. There we go. All right. So whenever that dries there, we'll put them in place. One goes on each side. I guess the 3 steps go on this side right here, and the 2 steps go on the tunnel ramp. And the railing I got to make out of these little things right here and the 2x4s. And I think I got to make a railing for the steps also. So I might have to stain that to match this right here. Got all the remaining sticks that I had and did the alcohol and India ink solution because I got to do the ladder, and here I got to do these long ones also. But I haven't looked in my stash of lumber yet to see if I have a longer 2x4, because I remember I cut this one when I should have just used some of these other pieces here that were left over from the cross braces. But that's how, I guess that's how long the ladder is, 75 scale feet, which is almost 11 inches long. I have to make 2 ladders, one from the ground to the roof, to this roof right here, and then another ladder going all the way up. And after I struggled with this over here, I finally figured out what they were talking about. I was supposed to put like little pieces of wood in between there, and then take it off of there, and then cut the remaining pieces off, and then put the treads on top of those pieces of wood. But I eliminated that one step. Well, I found my 2x4s from Northeastern Scale Lumber, so I got enough. Well, I'm going to start on the ladder, and I have to make 66 ladder rungs, 5/16 inch long. That's this little thing right here. So not very long. So, and I'm going to do those stairs over again because I'll do it the way that it said on the instructions, because it looked like crap. I'll show it to you as soon as I get this last one here. That's a little short. It might be right on the money right there. Yeah, okay. So I'll put it right down here. There's one of them. Looks like crap. Here's the other one. One of the treads is, the middle tread is longer than the other ones, so it didn't work out too good. So I'll have to do these over again and make sure that the one tread, I don't know how I made the one longer, but shit happens. So that's a redo, but I'll have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 more of these. Well, here's a pile of 70 ladder rungs right there, all 5/16 inch long. So now it's time to do the ladder. Well, I disassembled the stairs, and then I just put this across and made all of them the same length by cutting it with my razor blade, my straight edge, just to make sure that they are all the same. And I'll do it the way it says in the instructions. I'll put it says take 1/32 and put it 1/32 scraps and put it across there, but I'm not sure what they mean about that. But what I'm going to do is maybe put some short 2x4s across it, and then we'll stack the stairs up on top of the 2x4s. I'm going to try these stairs over again. This time I'm going to put some of these 2x4s across the stringers, since I cut extra 2x4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be enough for that one. I'll have to use up 10 of them, but I'll put them right underneath where the steps should go, and then I'll do 2 sets of them. So I put another one over here, and then we'll be able to put the stairs together easily, I hope. Smear glue on the stringers, and this one I put 3 on each, and this one over here I'm putting 2 on each. I'm lining them up where the dotted lines are. Now it says run it all the way across. Well, it'd probably be easier if I had a long piece and ran it all the way across and then cut the excess off, but I'm just using these small pieces, these ladder rungs right here, and we'll just flip it over when it's dry and cut off the excess. I'm using the template for the legs on the walkway by the pipe rack, because the railing uprights are similar. I was using that to measure halfway down. So I'm gonna, because there's one on the top, one on the bottom, and halfway down, and then one goes across the top. So I'll glue the posts in there along here, but the last post I'm going to put in here where the leg for the Derrick is, because it's slanted. And then once I get that in, wait for it to dry, then I'll be able to put the one up on top. We'll start over here where this is right here. This is where the leg for the Derrick is, right there. And although the railing is going to be longer on an angle, and we'll cut it when the time comes. And I should put a little more. Okay, put the block over here. So, I'll put this one here. Like so. So I make sure that they don't go past the top. Okay, right there. And these are 3/64 inch squares.
When the sun's going down, no stars in the sky, I'ma head down the road across county line, where they roll up the smoke, they pour beer and wine, and hearts break on the jukebox.
And then I'll have to make some shorter ones for the steps. And I'll have to put the steps together first before I do that. Because I'll have to put the railing or the uprights along the steps. And those are shorter, that's only 1/2 inch. Oh, these are 5/8 inch long. Okay, there we go. Now once that's dry, I'll remove that because I got the sticky tape right here. And then put 1 2x4 across the top. Well, for the crown block, we got 1 large pulley and 2 small pulleys. And we got to put these bearings up in here. So in order to get all these holes lined up on here, I just put my numbered drill bit, whatever number that is, in one of the holes, put them apart, put some plastic glue on it, put it together, and voila, we have a pulley right there. And what I'll do is I'll glue them to the bearings, like so, or maybe just let them set loose inside the bearings, and then glue the bearing blocks, pillow blocks, up on the crown block right here, like it's on the template. And then make sure I get all those, all the flash off of the edge of it, because it's plastic. The original ones are white metal. So there's 2 small ones and 2 large ones. So, oops, and one of each has a protrusion and one has a hole, so they fit together nicely. And I'm going to cut that flash off of there. You're pairing them up correctly. You just put them like that. Apply the plastic cement on there, and then put them together. Well, what I did was I put the pulley in place, and this pair of tweezers was useless on these little pillow block bearings, so I had to go in my stash and got these ones that I got from the hospital, from the ER, when they throw all their stuff back into the linen, dirty linen, this ends up in laundry. So we have tons of implements. I take these off here one at a time, sand the bottom of it, put it in place, and then put the super glue on, like the base of it. Now it just barely fits on these pieces of wood. Barely. Well, we got the 3 pulleys up on the crown block with all the pillow block bearings in place. Not the prettiest thing, but it'll do. You just have to touch it up with a little bit of. I'm gonna make the bearings a little darker, and the pulleys a little bit darker. There should only be shiny in the center. The only thing on the pillow block it should be shiny is the very top where the grease fitting is. So, and here's the fence right there. That should be dry enough for me to take off of there. Here's the fence right here. All I have to do is put the top on it. After trimming the excess off, that's what this looks like here, and I already put the treads on that one there. I just gotta wait for that to dry, and then I'll glue on the other end. I put the top piece on the railing, and then I installed it on here. So there you go. Hold this down like so. Put some glue right there and right here. And then take these last 2 steps. Okay, now all we do is wait for it to dry up. I added the crown block on top. Okay, let's see how I get it. Well, this wasn't the greatest way to make stairs, but I got it done. Here's the 2 steps right here. The 3 steps I still got in here, okay, but it's a little awkward, but we'll have to deal with it. I have to put the railings on the side, and that'll be it. But I'm going to call it a night because I got to get up very, very early in the morning. Well, all I got left to do is put the railing on the side of the 2 steps and the 2 ladders, the long one and then the short one. That'll be tomorrow, and hopefully I'm not too groggy after the procedure. Debbie has to drive me back. I have to be there at 6:30. They said plan on being there for 4 hours, and don't do anything afterwards. So Debbie's driving me back. She wants to stop in Winter Haven. So hopefully everything will be wore off by the time I get home and start working on this, so I could have it done, if not Tuesday night, then Wednesday morning before the live stream on Wednesday, and then I could show you the whole thing. But right now I got the block on the top and the railing on there, right there. Well, the procedure went well, but I have to take it easy for 4 or 5 days, and it hurts like hell right now because they chipped away the bone. It's called a mild procedure, but it mild my ass. It's minimally invasive lumbar decompression, is where they take some of the bone out so it doesn't interfere with the nerves in there. So, whew. And he had a hell of a time digging it out where I had the surgery back in 80, I think it was 87 when I had the herniated disc. So instead of one little hole, I got 2 little holes in my back. So not very pleasant, but hopefully it will work. All right, so, all right, you got the kit bash, all right. Yeah, let's put that up there. Coming along nicely, just waiting on some gooseneck lights from eBay. I went with N scale rather than HO. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've been looking for some of those gooseneck lights because I had some before, and I have no idea what I did with them. I got one of them up when I lived in Naples, but that was about it. The rest of them were stashed away someplace else. But I wanted to put some up on some other kits, but I didn't make it there. Okay, so I took the railings off of the double-sided tape while the videos was going on. I'm going to put a couple of rungs up there on the ladder and then call it a night, because it just hurts to move. Better than a hole in the head, that's for sure. When I was at worked on a railroad, there was a guy. His name was Sylvester Massing. They drilled a hole in right above his temple. I guess after the war. I guess they was trying to give him a lobotomy and it didn't work because he had a big old dimple, big old gash in his head. So yeah, it is better than a hole in the head. But let me turn this microphone off here, put some music on, and I'll go over there and play around with it for a little bit and show you what else we got going on over there. So give me a second to get over there. Man, it hurts to move. Okay, so I got one. This is the 1 2x4 that came with Campbell's kit. They make it 10 3/4 inches, and this is the one I had in my stash, Northeastern Lumber. So glad that I have it. I had a little package of, I think they come in a package of 10. I'm going to put these off to the side here because I got to put railing up on the top end of it. But here's the, well, let me bring it up. This one a little bit easier to see right here, but here's what it looks like. This is movable, but not very far. I mean, you'd have to crank on the little plastic eccentric in there, but it's kind of hard to get to with the railing there, but it does move. I made everything movable on there. Even the pulleys up on top, I did not glue them to the pillar block bearings. I glued the pillar block bearings to the wood. Well, that one at least moves, but the other two don't because it's really tight. Not much room up there. I wish they would. I guess they designed this for the metal parts, and the metal was unavailable, so they did it in plastic. And that's the same thing with the eccentric and other parts in here, the pivot point and stuff like that. Well, this piece that I had left over from the Cow Palace, the stockyard, was perfect for this, but until I built the stairs on each side, and I was thinking about, well, maybe I'll put it diagonally, but that didn't fit. So I got out my evergreen today, and so this is going to be the base on it. I just have to paint it probably whenever I feel up to it. He said no heavy lifting, no bending or anything like that, so I got to watch it until this eases off on here. Then I got to go see him again next Thursday for the follow-up. So I'm going to put this one up here. This one is the short one that they supplied. Oh, let me cut it to size first. Or I can always cut it later. I'll cut this one later on. But I'll put this one up there and then cut the other one because it's a lot longer. And I got 3 pieces of the double-sided tape up here. One on the top, one in the center, and one on the bottom. There we go. Let me see. And one side is longer than the other side. I'll just get it close enough for government work cut here, and we'll trim it to size later on. Because I could use that for the railing, and I'm going to have to get another stick of the 2x4 out to do a short ladder, because a short ladder goes, and I better I better change the view on here, huh? Yeah, there you go. I put that on there. The short ladder goes from the ground up to here, and then the long ladder goes up along the north end. There we go. All right, there we go. Hey, Robert Sacco, good to see you. Well, what you saw on the video was yesterday. I had a procedure, mild procedure. It's a minimally invasive lumbar decompression. They cut some of the bone and I guess the arthritis and other stuff from the spine, so it doesn't interfere with my nerves. So today, yesterday it hurt a lot worse, and today it still hurts, and it's going to hurt like that for a couple of days yet. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't get this down far enough. I put it down too far. Let me do this over. Let's do a do-over here. Well, I don't know why it says tomorrow. I just showed a video where I said that I recorded on Monday. Get on that piece of tape right there. Okay, there we go. Now don't twist on me here. Yeah, try twisting on me. Okay, let's do this over again. On the edge. Get the first tape. Oh, it didn't stick to the tape. Okay, come on. Stick there. Got some hair in there too. Oop, it ain't mine. Let's must be Debbie's hair. Mine ain't that long. And there we go. Okay, on the edge. A little scale 2x4. Okay, and then here's another hair. Oh my goodness, where did all this hair come from? And it's stuck on the tape. That's what you get when you borrow Debbie's tape. There, it was stuck underneath. Okay. Yeah, I borrowed her tape, and then I went and bought some more, and gave her the one that I bought. We got it at a thrift store in Winter Haven for 99 cents a roll. They sell all kind of odd items, along with Disney resort furniture that Disney donates to them. Okay, let's get it on the edge now. Come on. This is probably the hardest part of it, getting it on the edge and on the tape right there. Come on. I don't know why it's being difficult today. Okay, there we go. Ah! And as soon as I stick it, it comes off. Okay, stay there. And that's not the edge, that's the this is giving me trouble. This is longer than the one on the sand house. Maybe that's why. Maybe I should hold it on the tweezers, on this tweezers here, so it won't roll on me. Okay, let's do it that way. Don't drop it. Okay, here we go. Alright, so here we go. There you go, right there. And it seems like it twisted on me again. It twisted again. It's sitting flat. Come on. You gotta cooperate with me today. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Right there. No, don't twist. And it just twisted already. Okay. This is starting to piss me off here. Come on. Okay, let me try in the center first, like that. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Here, I get the center in there first. And press it down on the bottom. That was a lot easier there. Let's get it up here. And it's a little bit wide right there, so let's bring that in a little bit. Ah, and it just rolled on me again. Come on. This one is not cooperating at all. Now the other one coming off. See what I got to go through? And once you get the first couple of rungs in there, you do the bottom and the top to hold it in place, and then it'll stay there. But the hard part is getting it there. And it twisted on me again. Dang! It's being a pain in the ass. I already have one pain in the ass. I don't need another one. Okay. Let's try this one more time. This one doesn't work. I'm just going to break the shit out of it. Ah! Keeps twisting. Getting on the flat side. Okay, get it right down there. Right there. Okay. And okay. Stay there. Let me get the glue over here and get a couple of rungs on there. 66 of them. Well, it says cut 66. I don't know how many is on this one because I got 2 ladders to do. So let me put a couple on the bottom and then on the top. And that one is a little bit short. Shit. Well, I'm just going to have to make this upside down. Once we get this off of here, I'll just make this the top part and then trim it on the other side. And then what did I say? These were 5/16 inch, and there it goes. And these ones lay flat. Oh my goodness, they said cut. I didn't believe it when they said it, but they said there'd be some hanging over. I guess they said cut it that way, and then cut the remainder. That's what they were talking about. They said cut the remainder off. I was wondering what they said cut the remainder off, because this is skinnier than the rungs that they had you cut. So once we get all these on here, we're going to have to trim off every one on both sides. Okay, now let me do a couple on the top. I'm not going to do all the way up on the top because I got to stand up and get in front of the camera. So we'll just come up to here. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Do one right here. Okay. Close enough for government, or could do another one up here a little bit. Who put that disco shit on? How did that get in there? Okay, let's go back to the bottom and put a few more rungs on here. There, got snuck in there. So once you get this going, it not too hard after that. But you can see that the first part was trying to get that both of them to sit on the edge. Oop, and don't move the other ones. Okay. Get this in the middle, okay. I'm gonna have to find what song that is and delete that. We don't need no disco music on here. Holy moly. That's how long that damn ladder is. My goodness. I know. I don't know how that shit got on there. You know what? I'm going to skip that song. Hold on a second. A note to myself, delete Blue Nights. That's what it was called. Okay, that's much better. Man, I'm going to have to trim off every one of these rungs. Yeah, this ladder looks a little bit thinner than the one on the sand house. But that one was a lot shorter too. Yeah, at least it's not wrap, that's for sure. You'd never see me putting any wrap on there anyway. I must have just listened when I downloaded. I must have just listened to the beginning of it and didn't get to the center of it where it had all that crap in there. Now I'm running out of the glue is getting a little bit hard, so I'm gonna have to put another fresh dab of glue over here. New Jersey Highlands, Bruce has a ladder form he uses to make any size ladder. I think I'm going to go to create one like this. Yeah, it's always good to have a template to go by. It'd be nice if it had a little jig where it would just hold the, hold the sides together and then glue it down like that. That would make life a lot easier. But this is once in a blue moon. They have ladders on a lot of the kits, but not all of them are made equal. Let me get a few more up here on the top to make it a little bit more stable. Now this one's trying to go on its edge. You know it? There, it went on its edge. One more up on the top here. And I'll go back down low. Yeah, it is a little bit harder for me to bend over like this right now. Man, I got a big glob of glue on that one there. This is where you need a little time machine where you could compress the time to make it go faster. You do it in the videos, but not in real life, huh? My goodness. And I thought I should have recorded that, but I just turned the recording on right now. So I got show this a little speeded up, some of it anyway. I'm not going to do too much more because my back is killing me right now bending over like this. Just a couple more rungs and that'll be it. I had a hard time getting in and out of the car this afternoon. Debbie had a doctor appointment. I went with her, she drove, and then I had to stop at CVS to get some medicine. That was a pain in the ass. Pain in the back. Okay, maybe two more here. Let the glue get hard, and we'll quit this. Yeah, once you get going on it, it goes pretty quickly. But you got a lot of rungs to put on here. Well, I had to cut 66 altogether, so. But there's also a shorter ladder. And that one's trying to turn on me, and that's trying to go on the edge. Come on, stay there. Okay, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to cut, well, I already cut one of them here. I'm going to put the top of the railing on here. And then cut the other one for the other one. Because I didn't have enough. I was waiting until I cut this piece here for the ladder. Okay, there's the one. Now let me get another piece here. Let me see how long this should be. Measure it like this. About right there. Cut it. Yes, I used the chopper for that. I wasn't about to cut those individually. I guess you missed that part of the video. Let me make sure this is the right length. Okay, there we go. And put some glue on there, and that's be the last thing I glue tonight. Yeah, that chopper makes life much easier. Don't turn on me. There we go. Okay, right there. Alright. And we'll put that on there tomorrow. Finish up the ladder when my back feels better. Sounds hippie. Oh no, that's blues right there. Okay, so there's the. No, that's not the 5/16. That's the half inch. That's the half inch that I cut for the for the uprights on the fence. So if I have to cut some more, I'll have to move it over in a little bit. But I cut extra ones, but I use the extra ones on the stair treads over here. Where did I use them? I used them somewhere anyway. Oh well. Anyway, alright, I'm going to go back over to the other computer and put the outro on there. Let me scoot back over there. Alrighty, here. I gotta moan when I get over there, and it looks like you're getting buffering on this thing right now, so I'm gonna put the end outro up there. Come on, quit doing that shit. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put this up. We got some rail fans over there. Here we go. The long outro.
Aboard the Fall Train. My name is Doc. I am your conductor today. More programs all send your volunteers. Today I'll be operating on the front of the train. Again, my name is Doc. Feel free to have sitting on the seat of rail inside the car. Also, please don't sit down.
Thanks, West. Thank you, Jim. I'll get a video of it.